Hiya, I'm halfway through a project that means a lot to me, and I'm getting really frustrated. I'm using one of these, and there's not enough of these settings. I've just noticed there's a nail in that one, so if anybody has one of these and they try this, just check out if there is nails in it. Sorry about all bits of fluff and whatnot in there. It was from a cheap shop and it didn't look like this when I got it. I've smoothed all the edges off and made it a bit nicer. There's a clip there to stop, which needs replacing properly. A clip there to stop this from coming up when you don't want it. 2 clips here, and the bottom is a drawer, and it's got like a finger hole under there so you can pull it out, but that is the bottom of the thing as well, which sometimes is a bit annoying because I bought this to do art on my lap or in bed or whatever, but when you open it, all this is the drawer bottom. It just steps on these 2 little feet. These. But anyway, the point is I'm doing a watercolour. I haven't done watercolour for years, and I'm getting frustrated to try and keep it in one position. Oh look, another one of them butterfly wings. So yeah, I'm gonna make another notch in there so it sits at a better angle. I should have really, let me get my board. That's its first notch. Think about there, so if I wedge my hand in, pencil, I'll just put my knives to the side. That's a bit dangerous having them on my lap. I might actually be able to get 2 more in there, and that would be good. So you can see the grain runs in this direction. Let me just zoom in a little bit. You see the grain runs in that direction. It's like paper. It likes to be cut in a certain direction. It's not, you know, when you tear a piece of paper, it tears straight in one direction and really raggedy in the other. Well, wood enjoys being cut in one direction, but not right much in the other. So, and don't ever try and cut where there's metal pieces wherever possible. Basically, if you do a stop cut, which is just what it sounds like it is, it stops your cuts when you start to cut it away, stops your cuts from going further than you want them to. And this is going to give me a yearning for wood carving again. I haven't done any of that for a long time either. Right, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do in this position because I don't want to slip and hurt myself or anything. But as you take the wood away, don't try and take too much. And when you get to stop cut, it'll automatically go ka-dunk and stop. And don't go at it like this, because if you use your wrist to cut something, if you're scared, dangerous, you know, you've got a very, very sharp, and these are incredibly sharp. I keep them well stropped. But with anything, I mean, some of the worst cuts are from blunt instruments and people forcing them too much. But if you're doing something, if you try and use... Hang on, sorry. If you try and use just... Instead of you going like that, if you just use this movement, then you can't go... If you slip, if you come across a soft piece or anything and it slips, you can only go as far as your wrist can bend. If you're doing it like this, then and you slip and you're putting a lot of force, your arm can fly out and cause a lot of damage. So if you're unsure about something, then always keep your hand down, locked or something onto somewhere, and always cut away from yourself. And you'll find different pieces of wood react differently. And if I was doing this and the grain, these lines was running in that direction, I'd make my stop cut and then cut in this way to remove the wood. I mean, you can cut it, even though the grain's running this way, you can cut it in that direction, obviously. But it's a lot easier, smoother, if you cut in the way the lines go. Right, between my back and this awkward angle, I'm gonna pause and do a bit and in a sensible position. I might have a go on my chisel, I don't know. But I'm going to get in a better position to do it. I'll show you the end results. I cut out it roughly as deep as the others, but because of its weird design, hang on, let me try and get it on its side so you can actually see. When it's up at an angle, there we go. When it's up at an angle, the very base of this sits flat on the floor, as you will, and then it's more of the side of the tip, and then even more the side of the tip, and even more. And I think I cut that next groove because if you look, it doesn't really show up on the camera. Hang on. Get rid of that light. you look at the finish on that, it's full of holes and it's obviously not been finished right well. It's very rough cut, and that is a lot different, and obviously it's very similar to that one, so I think I actually cut that one many years ago. But put that light back on. Wow, I'm blind. Why do you always stare at the light before you turn it on? So as it's getting further to how I can actually use it in this situation, there's less of the point making contact. It's relying more on this bit here. So when it gets to a very shallow angle, this bit here is, sorry, this is really hard. This bit here is fouling on this bit, and if I take any of this bit out, there'll be nothing to support the tip on it on this one. So what I've done is I've put a new piece of wood here. It still allows it to shut fully, and there's even a little bit more room, so it's not forcing it at all. But I don't want this as a permanent thing. I think I'm going to maybe take this piece of wood right back and alter it, because I do want to do some other alterations on it. This here, when you're trying to draw, gets in the way. So I've been using it like that and resting my book on there. But there's always a chance that it could flip out, and so I'm thinking about altering this bit as well. So I don't want to do anything too permanent because I don't know what I want to do with it properly yet. And also, as I said earlier, when you open the drawer, all the stuff's going to fall out. I know there's not much in, but it's going to go everywhere. When you open the drawer, the whole bottom opens, and if it's on your lap, it's just, it's a great little box, but it was cheap at the end of the day. But it's wood, which I do like, so I think I might be putting a plate on the bottom and making it into something really usable, because I think that's screwed in, so I could take them out, put a little piece of wood as a spacer, so if this warps at all it won't foul, and then put a bottom on. I might even have another box of a similar size or the same size. That's a thought. I'll have to have a look in me stash and see what I've got for more storage space underneath. That would be good. Anyway, back to the point. Because I've only put a tad of glue on this, and I don't want it coming up, but I don't want to do anything too permanent and wreck, you know. I've put a tiny little bit of wood glue on just to hold it in place while I'm doing this. But this is a little drill that I was talking to somebody about the other day. It is a fantastic little thing. I think it was by X-Acto. I'm sure it was by X-Acto, but because these are only lollipop sticks that I've used, and because I want to remove these nails that I'm going to use, I should have checked the depth of the nails first, shouldn't I? Right, so they're about as deep as that, but I don't want to put them in all the way. I want to make sure that they get into the wood, but not a long way. Now I've lost my train of thought. I thought women were supposed to be good at multitasking. Uh-oh. That wasn't good, that's my water bottle. I don't think much came out, it's just that my plug's down there. Something heavy. Come on, let go. Oh, can't remember what I was saying, sorry. But it's 20 to 5. In the morning, again. I use this little drill for all sorts. It really is an excellent little thing. That feels like it's going into the wood and past the lolly sticks. Right, I'm not going to do this here because I'm upstairs. And even though other people don't seem to care, I'm not going to make a racket upstairs at this time of the morning. I know it's not going to be loud, it's only going to be tapping, but still. So I'm going to have to take it downstairs, but it's just another sort of trick, tip type of thing that if you don't know about, it's very handy to know, you know, and if you don't know about it, then it could save you a lot of grief. If you put in nails or even screws in something and they are tiny, and we're talking and I've got big hands, proper tidgy tiny. Obviously they're very short as well, so trying to hold it and hammer it would be, you know, tricky, and they're liable to ping off everywhere and get stuck in your feet and stuff. So if you put them in a piece of paper, I mean, a lot of people are going to know about this, but if you don't, you know, it's always worth mentioning, isn't it? So what you do, sorry, I put 2 in just so I wouldn't lose them, is put your nail where you want through your piece of paper, and you use your piece of paper or card to hold it while you hit it. And obviously the thicker the paper, the less it's going to wobble around, so cardboard or whatnot. And then when it's in and pretty damn solid, pull your piece of paper away, or if it's cardboard, just rip it and pull it away, and you can carry on hammering. There's water everywhere. Right, so we'll take this downstairs and put my nails in. And there's just one last thing I want to show you when I've done it. Okay. Right, done it. And I found something which I'm really pleased at. It's about time something good happened. It works. I say I've left the nails slightly. Hang on. Just slightly proud, so I can they won't scratch, but so I can get some purchase on them when I want to pull them out to change it. But it's, I mean, the wood bends before it moves, and I haven't moved at all, so job sorted for now. All the hinges need sorting out on it, and they're all a bit wobbly, but yeah, pretty chuffed with that. Well, wait until I try using it in that position, I suppose, before totally saying it. When I come across when I was trying to find a piece of wood, I was going to use its handle off a spoon, and it's one of the miniature Welsh type of love spoons I was carving. This is overthinking doing the zooming. Make it come to it. Oh, I will get used to this one day. Basically, it's a flower with long leaves, like daffodil long leaves, and a little flower there, and there's like buds coming round and leaves wrapping over into what will be the bowl of the spoon, and then it's going to have the stems coming, peeking through the ribbon that crisscrosses down it. I don't know where the design for this one's gone, but I might just carry on with it. And I also found which I'd totally forgotten about one of these, another little love spoon that I carved. I think that's a little bit too zoomed in, I don't know. I'm looking at it on a tiny little screen and it's a bit hard to see if it's totally clear. And I've totally forgotten about this. It's a little like she's in the ugly stage at the moment, but she's a little lady that I'm doing. Just let me find a ruler. Tape measure, there's one. Because you can never judge off somebody's size of hands, can you really? 2.5 inches. She'll obviously be smaller than 2.5 inches when I've carved her hand out, because there's no way her hand's going to be that big. And she's got a cute bottom. And there's actually a gap between her legs. carving a calves. I was quite surprised that I'd managed to carve in both directions and actually meet up in the right place. Right, she's going to be a little fairy when she's done. Be a lot of hair. Just in case anybody's interested in I don't know, you know, I haven't I've watched a lot, but I haven't watched a lot of varieties of YouTube videos. I found Ian Norbury because I really admire Ian Norbury's work. He does some amazing wood carving, but he's really the only wood carver I've had a look at, and I only just thought a few weeks ago to even think about looking on YouTube for wood carving and stuff. So, but there's just been so much happening lately that, you know, I haven't had time to keep up with that, and viewing the ones that I feel I should be viewing and commenting on, to show support, you know, to the people who subscribe to me, who do uploads. I feel that I owe my time to them when I'm on YouTube. So I will have to start looking at different types of things like wood carving and other stuff that I'm interested in. I'm interested in a lot of different crafts and art and all sorts. This was a hair barrette that I carved. It was out of a piece of wood that was so green, which means it's fresh cut, that these 3 dots were actually little buds growing on the branch came this way, and it was 3 buds that were coming to grow out. And because everything takes me a long time, I'd cut it back and smoothed it off, and a few days later there must have been so much sap still in the wood that it actually domed up again in these. I think 2 of the spots had domed up, and it happened a few times, and I had to keep cutting it back, which was a bit bizarre. But I think this was my first on what they call green wood. It's a lot easier to cut, different but easier to cut. It's sort of just fancy squiddly bits and a daffodil type of flower. But I like swirls and elegant lines. I was experimenting. It could have done with a wood with something like pitched pine that has a lot of different colours. I was trying to carve down through the different layers of wood to create, well, you can see that was very close to the bark, so it's a very pale wood, also incredibly soft. And then you get the next growth ring, the next growth ring, the next growth ring going down, and I was trying to get it to look like the coloration on the petals. And just turn that light off and see if that's any better. So each petal has the same depth of cut, which exposes the rings. Also, I came across, I'm really so happy, my travel bag that I haven't seen for well over a year. I know that because I did take it on the last, not the last MOT, but the MOT before. I took my car in, and I didn't have it for this MOT, and I haven't really been out very much, but it usually goes everywhere with me, so I know I definitely haven't had it for over 12 months. And it's just like a travel bag of wood whittly carvy things, that projects that I'm on with that are small, well, most of mine, all of mine are small enough to take with me everywhere. And this one, it's Netsuke. Chinese, Japanese, I'm not very sure. I'm really bad at stuff like this. It's a counterweight to a pocket, a purse type of thing that they wear on the sash. So through the hole in its neck you'd get your cord, and your cord would run to your bag, and your bag, little pursey thing, would have a drawstring at the top, and you'd pop that over your belt. That'd hang down one side of your belt, then down the other side, and your bag, and it's sort of a counteract weight, so your bag won't fall off, well, your pouch. It's a copy of somebody else's, changed slightly. To how I wanted to do it. I mean, it's very similar, but that's upside down, isn't it? Sorry. I just so fell in love with the one that I saw. If I managed to find the original photo, I think it was a lady who did it. I think she does about 6 a year, something like that, or used to, back when I was doing this quite a bit. But I'm so pleased to have found that. That's been, I know, to America a couple of times at least. It's been wickled in Turkey, I think even Dubai. It's definitely been to America a couple of times, and it's just been everywhere with me. It looks like it's getting a crack in it. Oh, thank you. I am so glad I have found that. This is in need of some oil. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. Sorry, my hands aren't right strong at the moment. For anybody else, it's not hard to do. But it's got all these in. It's a flexi cut, which means that they do actually these not as much. They make flex cut. They're brilliant tools, and they're wicked sharp. It's got a V tool in it as well, and a straight blade. I'm so glad that yeah. My boyfriend bought me this, actually from America. I don't know why that's stuck in. I'll have to get Mick to have a look at it. He got me that from America because they were way too much in England. There's no way. They're outrageously priced. They used to be. I mean, yeah, because they're not making a lot of them. So I can understand why they are expensive. Oh, that's where the cat got me the other day. I can understand why they are expensive. But it will well out my price range. But I'm so happy to have found that. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is a comb that I got when I was about, crikey, Zed was still living next door, so about 13, 14. So it's quite old. It's a wooden comb, and I'm going to just let me check that there's no personal information scribbled down on here, like telephone numbers or anything. If I fold that over. It's a moth. And the other side, I'm planning on doing a butterfly. I haven't done any of its pattern on its wing or anything yet, but down the sides is one of my favourite plants. It's Morning Glory, and it goes down the side, and it's going to wrap round all over it and go on the other side as well. It's like a moth nighttime scene, and then it's going to be a butterfly daytime on that side. I know it's pretty hard to see. Just check to see if that light makes a better difference. Boy, am I glad to have found these. I have really missed. I mean, even if we're travelling somewhere and we get stuck in traffic and we're at a standstill, like I was saying before, if you only use your finger action with cutting, you can't slip. You know, if you I don't know how to explain it properly. If you anchor yourself down, you can only go that far, unless you get nudged, and then obviously, but it's just a safe way to do it. Oh, I'm so pleased at finding this lot. What else is in here? I even took it to a wedding, and because we were sat at the back, got it out and started whittling. I mean, nobody, well, a couple of people saw, but they were close friends and they know me. They know I'm not one for sitting there and doing nothing. I can't do it. I think that's it. Apart from tools, obviously, that I've missed like crazy. I miss on guard. I've seen some action. It's actually got cuts more or less all the way through. I have got new ones of these, but they take so long to break in because I've got big fingers. You can hardly get them on my fingers. Again, from America. You have some cool stuff in America. Oh yeah, sorry, I got so excited with all that, I forgot to show you what else I came across. It's like my birthday. I'm amazed. While I was looking for a piece of wood, I came across some pictures, reference pictures, and a piece of artwork as well. That's just a sketch, basically, sort of an in-depth sketch, but still only a sketch. I can't remember this guy's name. Travis Fimmel. Whatever happened to him? Now, I mean, basically, just from an artist's point of view, type of point of view, that's lovely. He has got a body that you want to draw, for definite. So, why I decided to do his face, I don't know. Oh, that makes that bad. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it was that one that I mean, it's not overly muscular. Well, it is, but I don't know. It's just perfect to me, anyway. Apparently, he was he got that way. I thought it was through either dance or swimming, especially because his upper body's very toned. Apparently, it was oiking sheep about for shearing. But yeah, I decided to draw his face. I'll put that one over that one. It's gonna. And I had totally no recollection of doing this at all. Absolutely forgot about it. I'd obviously put it in the drawer, either mistakenly with me reference photos for carving, because I collect things like this for doing carving. I've got a load for the female fairy in women in similar positions. I don't know if it got dumped in there just when I was in a rush and trying to get things out of the way, or what, I don't know. But, I mean, it is only a rough sketch, but I don't know, might finish it off. Be nice to look at while I'm doing it. I don't know, what do you think? Think I could stand to look at that for a bit. Sorry if it's not your cup of tea, but I don't know, I just think it's lovely. Yeah, so I don't know if wood carving, whittling, whatever you want to call it, would interest anybody. I don't know, let me know what you think, I guess. Oh, sorry, just found, I've realised that I've put that one over there. I mean, look at that face. I know he's sweet, but he is sweet. I think it's his eyes. He's got cat eyes. They are cat eyes, I think. Yum. Right, alright, that's it for now. Bye.